point. One of the pictures, the picture about Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali's funeral and everything, okay, if I would have shown you, on one of the pictures I got, they stole them, you could see this brother's pocket, and it bulges the same way this one does. Muhammad Ali was traveling to raise funds for himself, and a sister was with him, Wilma Rudolph, at Oakland City College. That's when it was on Grove Street, right there in the middle of Oakland. They moved it up in the hills because the niggas could get to it right there on the main street. So anyway, we have nothing to do with it. First of all, our friends are boxers and everything. So we have special information about, and at that time there was a certain information that would come back about our brother, which I won't mention. But at the same time, he was traveling to raise money. And just like all the other movements, if one of our people came through, they've been doing a good job, and we big, so-called, In other words, 10 grand today would be like 100 grand in those days. Yeah, easy, because you made $5,000 a year on your job in those days. Or if you $100 a week, that was the standard in those days. And now $100 a week, $100 a day won't get you around the block. Okay, so if that's what people say that's what we did, so we'll leave it at that. But when they have Muhammad Ali's janazah and all of that, they don't call us and say nothing to us. We said, it's okay. These are people that people know we know, and they know, you know what I mean? And everybody knows we know. And they have a pretty good idea that when things was really, that we might have helped, But we never did anything for those reasons. It's the same thing with the Panther Party. You could tell the messages we get from our people that we was helping everybody. Everywhere we went, we helped, Even people in modern times, they get out of out of all the people, some you heard about, some got beat up by other guys or something. I don't know what it was. But when they came home in the penitentiary, whether it was the number was part of the blankety blank 21 or whoever it was, we would hook them up. And we would watch what they do. We just hook them up a little bit. And they would think we were basically stupid, that type of thing. Yeah, I'm going to get hooked up in this. And the white folks would go, they're going to invite me around, and we're going to, I said, that's good. Yeah. And they do that for a while, and pretty soon maybe, I don't know what happened. The point is, whether it was the party or whoever, if we was having it, we shared it. Even now, Okay, other people don't do like that. I already know how people do. If they got something, they keep it for themselves. That's what happened to our people overseas. The Negroes left here, and when they left and their name wasn't in the newspaper, did nobody help them? Hey, man, why you think Imam Jamil and all of them came back here and put their life in danger? Everybody, you can't live over there, right? it's a type of cruelty. Every other movement, the people in that country supported the movement. They sent some money to them, and the government supported them a little. Well, over there, the government supported the Negroes. The Algerian government supported Negroes. Yes, they did. The only thing is, the Negroes every day was going down to the Rue de Douche Mourad, buying hashish and stuff. And I get there, I'm ready for revolution. And they said, we're going to go out. I said, physical fitness, it was myself. I won't mention his name. He was up in New York. We just play basketball all together every day, or not every day, but at least 3-4 times a week. And we'd run on the beach. He was the only one. Everybody else would sit in the house. And they was high. I said, you can't have a revolution, because by the time I get there, I done already played this one out, and I'm ready I'm ready to go. I mean, hey man, boss man, and ain't been too nice, and anything I can hook up, I'm putting it into the struggle against boss man. So when I first got there, I think I asked y'all to look up Dr. John Branyan. Dr. John Branyan was the biggest. Did you look it up a little? Yeah, he was the biggest, and he was the head of the Chicago something. The chief resident. Him and Johnson Publications was all hooked up together. You know, they was all. Can you still? Yeah, they was all hooked up together. So this crew that was hooked up, he was hooked up with Johnson Publication. He's a nice guy. But when we had Muhammad Ali, we was with him, we all had him sign some $100 bills. And we kept the $100 bills as souvenirs. Well, when I was traveling and over that way, I happened to show, to a few of the people. And later on, they come up missing. Wasn't nobody there, but I ain't gonna mention who it was. But I said, man, these so-called big people is little. I remember we was staying at the Cairo Hilton, getting ready to go. We came from Algeria, then Egypt. We're getting ready to go to Tanzania. And this was a serious time. We went through Sudan. We went through Entebbe. That's where they had to run in with the Jews. And I looked at them Negroes, them long muskets they used to have. I said, look at them. They was having, Idi Amin was taking over when we was going through. That was in the summer of 71. And when we was in Sudan, Numeri was put out. He came back 7 times or 9. He's a cat or something. And he was on his 3rd put out when we went through Sudan. We were just the luckiest Negroes, where you just strolling along, everything happening around you, blowing up, and you just, hey, nice weather. It's blowing up all around you, people getting shot. You look around, what happened to brother so-and-so? Oh, he had to stop for some salad or something. I'm telling you, that's the way it was. When we was in Sudan, hey, man, it was serious. And then Milton Obote had just run off to Tanzania. And when we got to Tanzania, he was there with Julius Nyerere, the president was. I said, man, this is, and I didn't realize it till after. I said, good God Almighty. So I knew the luck thing, I knew that long. Hey, man, it just, it's the qadr of Allah, but sometimes we just break down and call it luck. Hey, man, you're just living a gifted life. So anyway, with Muhammad Ali, when he was buried a few years ago, they had people that never even, all them people, they didn't know nothing about him, or they had nothing to do with him. But the people that was around his family was telling them, these are the people to get. Because only the people that would be around us physically, like, you know what I mean, would know our relationship with Muhammad Ali. You know, nobody else would understand it or even know about it. They would know about the people that, that's why we are the way we are now. We don't care who knows us. We're not doing nothing because you get your name in the paper. We're not doing nothing because everybody's happy to see you. That's not why we're doing what we're doing. We're doing what we're doing is because in the historical period that we've been expecting and talking about a long time is actually here. It's here. And not everybody. There are some people that still don't know that this is serious. They just don't know. You can't do nothing about it. They don't know. The signs of Allah, who cares about the signs of Allah, right? As far as they're concerned. Okay. But for us, this is, Brother Tufel and I used to talk about it, was this next period, the last one, or the one that we was just going through, we were saying, is that the last period we'll go through that before we go through this one? Or is it a period after this one right now, a period after? We ain't even thinking about no period after this one. This is it. This is it. And we could have been thinking about that last period, this is it. Because every period you're living in, technically that's it. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee. But we felt that that's not the final period. And actually we were right. But this go round right now, this is clearly, if it's not it, it'll do till it comes along. This is serious. Nationally, internationally, climactic conditions, social conditions, everything is right here in front of us. That's why I'm mentioning some of those things that a lot of the things that we experienced before have a lot to do with what we expect now. You know, you get a feel, if you've been on a trail, you get a feel how the trail goes, you know. Or if you've been on a lot of trails and you see hills all around, everybody else think when they get up to this hill, that's the top. But after you've been on a lot of hills, you know that's the top you can see. You got another one go right around this way and up that way, right? That's the way you think, oh, that's it. And you just give out because you haven't planned ahead. We don't have any idea about the final day, time period, what have you, on this. But we know this is it. This is a period of transition. You know, transformation and transcendence. Transcendence means we're going to have to transcend every gravitational pull that would hold you down and hold you back, whether it's psychological, moral, ethical, or spiritual. In other words, this is the time to dump everything except the policy of Tazkiyah bil Nafs. Where we're going, we ain't going to have time. or be able to carry the burdens of ignorance of those times. Because ignorance is a burden. It carries, hey man, it's big, you know. And all the things during these periods, all these pictures and everything, something was different then. Because all the brothers, they was always trying to catch, these high yellow cutie pies and everything. And I was different. Although I lived in East Oakland, that's what East Oakland Enterprises was. And that was the generation that we lived in West Oakland. And the people that lived in East Oakland, the girls looked better than they did in West Oakland.